Howdy.
Yo.
Orange corner number 59.
Oh man, that number's getting high.
We have a pretty good guest. That we're hoping to have for either episode 60 or 61. It depends on his travel plans and how they work out with the podcast. But it's a old friend of mine, old streaming friend. Super cool guy. So we'll see what happens. But you got anything new this week?
So I've started making a habit of going to Little Caesars on the weekends, right? And so I ordered it last weekend. Got a calling card, double XP. I ordered it this weekend. Got the same exact thing, and I'm pissed.
I got the operator twice, so I feel you.
Well, at least you can use the operator, the freaking calling card. I'm like, what the heck do I do with this, man?
Well, the second time I can't do anything with it.
Well, yeah, I know, but like the calling card, like I'm not gonna use it. Like it is animated, but it's like the probably the most boring thing you can get from that whole thing, aside from just straight up double XP by itself. Now I will say, the crazy puffs are the best thing Little Caesars has made since like the pretzel crust pizza. Like no joke, because I like
Yeah,
if they and now I will say, four is not enough. I'm just throwing it out there. I would want like eight. Um, but they're
they're
freaking
a dollar a
delicious,
piece,
man.
so not a bad deal.
Yeah, I know, but well,
Each one is like a
yeah,
small slice of pizza, basically.
yeah, they're really
Small.
good though. I Little
Yeah,
Caesars is so slept on, man. Like,
they're really
um,
well seasoned.
yeah, but yeah, not happy about the calling card. So, anyways, what about you?
I got a lot of stuff. So
No.
I had a meeting this past Wednesday. And it's not official as in like the paperwork side and stuff, but we it looks like we have a unit production manager, which is one of the key department heads that you need. They basically handle all the scheduling and logistics for a production. And they also are like the main contact with like financing producers. So the budget talks are happening. No official number yet on budget, but so far everything's going great. Everybody seems to really be behind the idea and like the script that I wrote, which is really good to hear. They like that it's a real life. It is officially being said. Like I put it on the screenplay now, inspired by true events.
Hmm.
So that's it's a good little sprinkle on there. Um, so I'll update when I find out more, I guess. But I had some scenes that I was contemplating adding, and I spoke with the people at this meeting and said, "Hey, if I add these scenes, it basically will add like a page or two, but we're still only going to be shooting like 3 and 3/4 pages a day." And they were like, "Go for it, dude. Either way, that's great. We're used to shooting these indie films, and they try to shoot like 10 pages a day, and it sucks." So I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna add these scenes." So the official page count is 87, so 88 with the title page, and it roughly translates to a minute per page. But I think that my way of writing is a little less detailed now, so if anything, that means the movie is probably going to be somewhere around 100 minutes. So,
Hmm.
solid 100 minutes is what we're aiming for, I guess. Um, Working on the shot list still. I've been working on the other stuff and dealing with those meetings, so I haven't made a ton of progress. Pollo Loco passed 77,000 views. It's almost to 78. So we are looking. It's looking like we're gonna hit 100K by the end of the month
That's what I was
at this
thinking.
rate.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We tried to find Lunchley for the 70,000 view goal, and it was sold out everywhere. Um, some people in the Discord were saying that they found it at like Kroger. We don't have that here, so that's unfortunate. So instead, we tried the new Wendy's menu items. Theo tried the new salted caramel frosty. Bobby tried um the new upgraded taco salad, which she said was really good. It comes with chili, and so I had like half the chili, and I was like, oh damn. Now if Theo wants a cheeseburger, I might just get some chili because that was good and it's like low calorie. Lots of protein. And I tried the mushroom bacon Swiss burger. That was pretty good. For 80K, it's looking like we're gonna get Theo a new fish.
Again.
This is the last time we said in the video. If the fish croaks, that's it.
Dude, I felt so bad because you guys got like the second fish, right? And then like it died the same month. I was
Dude,
like,
I got it,
Jesus.
and it ate like when we first gave it food, it ate, but it like immediately spit it out, and I'm like, something's wrong with this fish. And like I would put food in his tank, and like a couple hours later, I would come and be like, he did not touch the food. This fucking fish is not eating. I'm like, I would not be surprised if something's wrong with this fish too. And sure enough, I a couple days later, I come in to feed it, and it's just floating. I'm like, damn.
That
Bro
sucks,
died.
man.
Yeah, so third time, if it doesn't work out, we're just getting rid of the tank and everything. Like we're done. We talked about getting him a bearded dragon when we get a house because bearded dragons are dope. So, um, yeah, we'll see. Uh, Still looking into adding the Spotify and Apple versions of the podcast. We'll see. I've got my hands super full. I will say that the time frame that we're looking at shooting at right now, they were like, "How do you feel about shooting in February?" And I'm like, "It's gonna be cold. I don't know about that. I don't know what the weather's gonna be like." They're like, "What about March?" Because like all the union guys, they start working on big productions from like March to September, and I'm like, okay, we could maybe start like spring break, like end of March. And they're like, okay, so we're aiming for like end of March to like May, like to start. So that's gonna come quick, man. I'm gonna be filming my first feature here. So, and like we all agreed, we're like, okay, we can all agree. And these are like guys who each have like 20 plus years of experience, so they know what the fuck they're talking about. They work on big productions. And they're like, can we all agree that this film is being shot next year? And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, okay, as long as we maintain that goal, it will happen. Like, if it doesn't work with this investor, we have other people to go to. We have backups to like everything. So, if you guys follow the IMDb, I think you can like add it to your watch list and all that stuff. You'll see like we're gonna be adding crew members and stuff and cast pretty soon. I reached out to a composer, that I really want to use. So we'll see if I hear anything back. Yeah, it's moving, man. Pre-production, it's in full swing. So I guess we can go on to our main topic. The Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, and Mike Tyson's ass cheeks were all over Netflix last night.
So I don't know. I don't know if his butt cheeks hanging out is really the most important part. Dude, what a messed up fight. That is so crazy that Jake Paul was like, I'm gonna just beat up this old guy. That's crazy, bro.
And then he didn't. Like,
Well, okay, so Mike Tyson apparently like didn't even throw any punches.
no, he threw like 24 punches total or something. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and everyone like immediately on Twitter was like, wait, this is weird. Like, this is wrong. This shouldn't happen,
Dude,
man.
he looked nothing like he did in the videos where he was training that he showed. Like it was ridiculous. And we the whole thing was way too long. Like I turned on the live stream and I'm like, okay, it's been like 2.5 hours. They said there's like 4 fights. Like it should be about to start. And they had just finished the second fight. And I'm like, good God. So we tried to watch the third fight, which was two women.
Hmm.
And
the eyebrow.
it
That's
was
the eyebrow
actually a
fight,
good,
right?
yeah, that was a crazy fight. Like one of them headbutt the other, and like it was crazy.
That's allowed?
Like people say that was like no, but people were saying that was like the highlight of the whole thing was that fight. But it was, I was like, oh no, it was so blurry, Chris. I felt like I was watching like a YouTube live stream from like 10 years ago, and it kept buffering. And we have an Ethernet cable
Well, and so
hooked up to our TV.
so Netflix did a live stream of the fight.
They are getting into live streaming.
Had they ever done this before?
They did it once, and it was for like Love is Blind or something like that, and it was a complete disaster. And so everybody's like, oh, I hope they do a better job this time. What I will say is that right before the Mike Tyson fight, it kicked us out of the app. And I think what they did is they booted everybody so that if there was anybody watching that wasn't actually actively watching, they got them off of the servers. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So like people had to click back in to like watch it, and it got way better. Um, but like they must have been saving their like bandwidth for that fight or something, because it was definitely better when the Mike Tyson fight was happening. But it was like perfectly fine on the phone, and then like on the TV it was blurry. And so I was like, if there's anything that's going to be talked about besides the fight itself and his butt cheeks, which I want to talk about again here in a second because it was hilarious. Um,
These butt cheeks are important, okay?
yeah, there's memes everywhere. Like I just showed Chris one where like he's like walking to like Raising Cane's, you see his butt cheeks hanging out. Um, Jesus, man. Why did? Yeah, okay, but
Yeah. Okay. What?
I
What
think
is sort of?
people are gonna be talking about the fact that like Netflix, they better
Yeah.
improve stuff if they want, because WWE starts in December for them. Like that's
Oh
gonna be
wow.
live streaming on there, so they need to get it together. Um, if they want people to take it seriously.
See, that means that they could do like I don't know, live premieres where there's like a chat.
I think they do comedy specials and stuff. I don't. There's no chat, but
But that'd be cool if they could do that though, dude. Now I'm not saying
you
they
can do
will,
concerts.
but whoa, there it is. There, I see the potential for it, but also like, why would they get into it so late?
They're like the first ones to get into it
Live
out of the
streaming?
streaming services. Yeah,
Yeah.
out of the
Well,
streaming services, they're the first one.
I'm saying like so. TikTok does lives, YouTube does lives, right? And so I'm like, live streams have been going on for a while. Like, why are they just now getting into it? Like, this is not a brand new technology.
Well, you got to okay. So when it comes to like Twitch and YouTube, you gotta remember that most people they don't watch in the highest quality. I remember seeing like the owner of Twitch say, "Well, we're not really concerned with 4K because it turns out most of our users watching like
Yep.
720p or 360." So I'm like, "Whoa, 360 is blurry as hell." Um, but when it comes to like Netflix and stuff, everybody wants 4K. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so like it was supposed to be 4K and it was like 720.
Well, why are you not able to select the video quality?
Yeah, it's not a thing yet.
Yeah,
It
that should
should
be.
make that a thing because there's
That's
people who will just put it on a lower quality and it'll save them some bandwidth.
that's the
But
thing. That's why like so YouTube messed up because a while ago they changed it so that maybe it's just on mobile, but I remember that the options you could select were high, medium, and low for the quality instead of the resolution. And I was like, what the like? No, I know what resolution I want. Why are you making it like more ambiguous? Like I know what I want to select because high could mean 1080p or it could mean 4K. It could be something in between. It could even be 8K. Why are they doing it like that, right?
yeah, on my phone I can select what resolution I want.
Maybe they changed it a while back
It's been
a while
like
ago.
that for probably like 2 years now.
But they on Netflix they need to change it so it's you can select the
Yeah,
quality
it's
and the
just
resolution that you want. So
it's just not there yet. And it was really annoying because like it would buffer, and like the way to get around that would be to back out of the live stream and then go back in. But then the live stream would start up again
and it would be
with
like delayed.
captions, which are
Oh,
auto generated. They look like shit, and it would not be live. It would be like wherever you left off. So you had to like go up with your remote and like click watch live, and then it would catch up to where it actually is. So it was awful. It was a terrible viewing experience. But the fight itself, I seriously, I'm saying this. I'm making a statement. I am not watching another boxing fight. They're always disappointing. Every time they hype them up, it's like the worst fight of the card. I like they're like, oh, Mayweather needs to box him now or something, and it's like, no, I literally don't care anymore. Like they cannot get me to watch another boxing fight.
why have they not done? They haven't done a Jake Paul versus Logan Paul fight, have they?
They're brothers. Why would it doesn't make any sense when they can get somebody else in their audience to like come to it, you know?
Yeah,
It's not good marketing.
I,
Not
I
a good strategy.
I guess maybe you're right. Although they used to do that thing on YouTube where it was like they had like a fake beef.
Yeah, I mean maybe someday they could do a rivalry fight or something, but they're nowhere near that desperate yet, I don't think. Dude, that's the
Okay.
thing is like everybody's like, man, like, and I'm like, yeah, no, they made so much money. The people who lost is the audience, because it was.
Yeah.
I seriously think this fight should not have happened. Terrible idea. It. I mean, the only thing that could have been positive from it is if Tyson had won, which
Yeah.
most people going into it were like, come on, is a 58-year-old really gonna win against a 20?
I
What is he?
I don't know. I think
He's
he's
like
almost.
25, right?
Dang, really? Let me look it up.
Yeah, because Logan's older. I want to say Logan's like 30.
Um, Jake Paul is 27. Um,
Okay. And then
but
Logan's what? 30 something?
maybe he's like 30 on the dot. He's 29. Dang, really?
They're that close in age? That's
Yeah, I
that's wild.
guess. Um,
Damn. My parents popped them out back to back.
but apparently, like Mike Tyson just did it for the money. I heard that he didn't really care about legacy. He's more worried about like the money. So I was like, all right,
It was
if he was
just
fine
it
with
was
that,
sad though, man. Watching
yeah,
somebody who was one of the greats. Like it's like this is why retirement is something that should not like you just stay retired. Do
yeah,
something else. Don't ruin the legacy, you know?
yeah.
Um
But I mean, Mike Tyson's been doing stuff that isn't like, I guess it doesn't make him seem as unstoppable as he was back in the day. Like he literally he I think I've seen skits of him like where he's like watering the grass, and
there's yeah.
then his neighbor like comes out and he's like, "Hey, come over." And he's like, "No, I actually I gotta make dinner." He's like, "No, you're gonna come over. I'm gonna make you a sandwich." And then they go inside the house and it's just this big old sandwich with like it's like a couple slices of turkey and then like 40 slices of cheese in between the turkey, and he's like, eat it. So it's but he does like a lot more like comedy stuff now, and so I think maybe the fight didn't matter that much to him. He was just like, hey, it's money, and I don't have to do a lot. It's short. I'm not gonna get hurt. I'll be
It's only
fine.
8 rounds, 8
Yeah.
2-minute rounds.
So
Yeah, he definitely doesn't move like he. I mean, he dodged a lot of punches. I will say that. Um, like neither one of them got like bloody or anything.
yeah, but
It was it was just such a boring fight.
it's another thing that's it's not helping the rigged fight allegations at all.
Yes, I mean supposedly there's like a script going around. It was like this is how it's gonna go.
Yeah, that's
Oh, not
yeah.
surprised. Um, oh, the butt cheeks thing, dude. It was
Yes.
so out of
So
left field,
how did
man.
that happen?
He's literally being interviewed before the fight, like he's warming up, and they're talking to him like, "How you feeling right now?" "Oh yeah, blah blah blah," yeah. And then they go, "All right, we'll get back to it." And it's like, and now we're gonna get back to this. And as he turns around, he's whatever he's wearing, he's just got his ass cheeks hanging out, man. Like just straight up. Like I don't think he's wearing anything. Like I'm like he's feeling a breeze for sure, man. Like. It was the funniest thing ever though, man.
I
Everybody was
just
just like, "What the like so random."
like I don't understand what he was wearing where that was like necessary.
I
Like
don't either. It's like some kind of jock strap or something. Like he was wearing his jock strap without his shorts. And it just
do you
dude, it
think
was
do you think that
I
was
was like, bro, it's like when there's an old man at the gym in the locker room just freeballing it and doesn't care. Like
do you think it was on purpose or what?
I think he just does not care. Who's
Oh,
gonna tell? Hey, Mike, maybe you should put some shorts on. Shut up, bitch.
man.
I mean, why don't you come over here and make me, boy?
Jesus Christ, man.
You want to put them on for me?
I just I don't know, man. Like I was seeing clips of everything that was going on throughout the night, and
Terrible fight. Waste of time.
yeah,
Instantly
yeah.
regretted it.
Well, I mean, I think everybody was saying like they're never gonna watch another Jake Paul fight, at the very least. At the most, yeah, they're not gonna watch boxing at all. Um, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I there's been so
Ninja
many.
compared it to Call of Duty. He's like, every year I say I'm not gonna buy it, and they pull me back in.
Dude, I just got like a crazy flashback. So you know how like there was that stupid joke that they were making in the in the gaming session about like Ninja getting a low taper fade. I found out what that was from, right? I go and I look up the video, and this guy is like singing super passionately about like imagine if Ninja got a low taper fade, right? And I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny, dude. I kid you not. The next day, Burger King UK makes a tweet about it. I was like, what a coincidence, bro. Like, I don't know
Hmm.
why they brought it up. Random thing. I'm just saying, but
Yeah,
I don't know, man. We're living in the Matrix. I swear to God.
yeah, it's weird what catches on now.
Yeah.
Anyways, I that's all I really have to say about the fight. Like I said, I'm not watching another boxing match again, man. I'll just
Yeah.
watch the highlights. I saw people saying on X, they're like, man, I didn't even pay for this, and I want my money back.
Well, I mean, they usually do like a pay-per-view thing, right? But this time it was like if you had the Netflix subscription, it was free.
Netflix definitely threw a lot of money at this thing.
Wow.
You know,
I,
crazy.
I, I heard something about Jake Paul got like 40 mil.
Yeah, I think he got 40, and Mike Tyson got 20 or something.
Jesus.
Um,
God, I wish I had
I
40
mean,
mil.
it seemed like a good idea. They were playing like movie trailers for like Netflix movies that are coming out soon, you know, but you couldn't see them because it was blurry. So I
Yeah.
was like, oh, cool, Netflix movie. I don't know what the hell it is because I can't see what's going on.
Dude, I haven't used
But
Netflix for anything aside from like Stranger Things and I don't know, like I think maybe like Pulp Fiction one time.
I cannot wait for Stranger Things, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, speaking of shows, I guess The Boys final season starts filming in like I don't know if it was two
right
weeks
after
or 2 months.
Thanksgiving, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so oh man, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I hope it's good.
I hope so too. I mean, last season was definitely not as good as the first two or the first three.
It was
I feel like
definitely they were setting it up. Like they're setting up the last season.
one was great, three was great, two was okay, and this one was just again okay. But I think it was my least favorite season out of the four, if I'm being
Wow.
honest. But
That's
yeah.
interesting. Wow.
Um. Anyways, go to our quick ad break. Guys, support us with Patreon. You can get all kinds of benefits, like gaming with us, like we did this morning. I played Call of Duty. Um, we're all prestiging in there and stuff. It's been fun. Um, you can also ask questions. We'll get to that in a second. There's monthly giveaways, sometimes weekly giveaways. I do so many giveaways in there. It's crazy. Like you join, you're gonna get some free stuff. You'll get your money's worth. Um, code Danny D for Fit Butters. Get you 10% off. There's a new flavor dropping soon. I can't say what.
Oh,
It's on its way.
don't do that to me,
It
dude.
sounds good. It sounds like a good one, man. I think it's gonna do well. I seriously, I love working with them. They're such nice people over at Fit Butters, man. They're really nice. They send me so much free stuff. It's cool. They sent me a beanie,
Oh wow.
Fit Butters beanie, yeah, and like a big magnet for my fridge and stuff, and like 4 tubs of Fit Butters. I've got like I would say like like a quarter of those. There's a unopened tub behind them now. So this collection's it's gonna get to the point where I'm gonna have to start giving that stuff away too. Um, code Danny D also gets you 10 to 30% off at gfuel.com. 10% off merch, 20% off everything else, and 30% off new flavors when they first drop within the first 3 days and for pre-orders. I had a meeting with G Fuel not too long ago. Lots of cool stuff coming. Obviously can't say what, but I mean they just continue to do really cool collabs and stuff, and I can't wait to see how everybody reacts to some of the stuff that they're doing. A lot of things are changing at G Fuel though because they have that new CEO, so it's an interesting time for G Fuel right now. Trying to think, what was it? They got there's like 1 or 2 flavors on there. I think the murder corn flavor got restocked, so that's on the way. It's like sour. It's like sour belt candy or something. So that'll probably taste really good. They did like a really small run of that, and I missed out on it. So I'm glad I finally get my hands on it. Like almost a year ago. Like it's like one of the only new flavors that I haven't gotten. And then there's another one, the Assassin's Creed one. That one should ship probably like this upcoming weekend. That's supposed to taste like sangria.
So,
Woo!
uh, was that supposed to be like timed for the same release date as the new Assassin's Creed game, or what?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I think they delayed the game.
Maybe. I don't know.
I heard
I don't
something
know.
about
Maybe
that.
that's what it was. So but anyways, get you some G Fuel, guys. I drink this stuff every day. I just got blood work done, and I was like, I drink this energy drink every day. People will say, hey, like, aren't you concerned about your health and stuff? He's like, yeah, there's nothing in there. Like, your B vitamins are a little high, but that's pretty common in everybody because there's B vitamins in like everything now. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like every like health conscious product, they're like, throw some B vitamins in there. People think that's healthy. So like, um, there's that. I guess I'll share. We're done with the ad break, but real quick, I started TRT.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently my testosterone was like 300 milligrams lower than it's supposed to be for my age. So they're like, you want to try TRT? See how you feel on it? Like, it's such a low dose that you're not going to have any like side effects or anything. And I'm like, sure. So I started that, and I've immediately noticed my energy is better. Workouts are better. This is like the third day I've been on it though. So like, it's a lot of the benefits, they take weeks to like really kick in, but it's supposed to help with everything. So we'll see. I'm curious to see what the long-term benefits are like, but it's like $50 a month, man. So I'm
Dang.
like, it's just like a lozenge that you put under your tongue and dissolve every morning. Really
That's
easy.
it?
Yeah, because I was like, man, I don't want to be injected. And like, nah, we got these lozenges now. Like, and they're, you dissolve them under your tongue, so there's no liver toxicity issue. Because apparently the swallowable ones, it's really hard on your liver. This one just bypasses your liver by, you know, the glands under your tongue. So I'm like, sure, I'll try it. And it tastes like a candy cane, just a little cube.
God, I love science.
Dude, it's the only thing I'm concerned about is that I hear that no matter how much you take, if you stop when you initially stop, your natural testosterone dips, and that can make you feel shitty. But I don't see why I would stop. I mean, if it's helping me and stuff. But um, I mean, I was a little concerned at first that like it could be there could be like long-term issues, but I looked it up and there's people who've been taking it for like 30 years and they're fine. So
Hmm.
I mean, obviously everybody's different, but um I guess I'll report back in like 3 weeks because that's when like I'm supposed to really notice a difference. But yeah, I it's just a random thing that, like, I mean, they were like everything else is healthy, but your testosterone is a little low,
Well, because
and it's
Kyle from PKA, doesn't he inject it?
I think he did. I don't know if he still does, but
Yeah, that
um
freaks me out. I couldn't do that. I
yeah. Well, the thing with like each way of taking it has like its own. Sorry, the sun is like right at my eyes. Let me move back a little bit. Each way that you take it is it's got its own pros and cons. Like, they have this pellet that they'll put like under your skin, and you only have to, they only do that like once every like 5 months or something, and it's like a timed release type thing. And I was like, that's weird. I ain't doing that. Um this office was like, we don't do the injectables because there's too many like legal issues with that and people abuse it, but we do the dissolvable lozenges. And I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, I'll look into it. And sure enough, yeah. So boom, it comes from like the UNM like lab here. Like they
Hmm.
have like a pharmacy lab, and so they were like, yeah, we'll have that. We do free shipping in the mail, and so it showed up like 2 days later.
God, man, I'm telling you, man, I love science. It's so cool,
Yeah,
bro.
it's yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll finally be able to grow a full beard.
I don't think that we're cut out for that, man. I think it's funny when I go into work after not shaving for 2 weeks. People are like, "Oh wow," and I'm like, "What do you mean,
Oh
wow?"
wow. Yeah. You got some whiskers.
All right, you want to
Um,
do the giveaways?
yeah, we'll do the giveaways. My bad. I didn't mean to change topics like that. I didn't even think about sharing it yet because I was like, I'm only like 3 days in. There's not really much to say, but I will say that like I right away noticed the difference in my energy levels.
If you get taller, let me know.
Yeah, if only. Um, my sleep too. I definitely feel like my sleep is more restful.
Hmm.
But anyways, we got our monthly G Field Tub giveaways. These are the big ones that we do every month. I got 2 tubs of spiced orange, which is really good, especially if you use hot water. Like it
Oh.
literally tastes like a cinnamon tea, like orange tea. It's really good. So we got a national giveaway and an international giveaway. For the national giveaway, the winner is Nick Goldie. For the international giveaway, it's Cal, our boy in Canada. Um, he was the only one who entered into the international one that's actually international. So, if nobody had entered that was international, then it would have gone to somebody national. It's just how it works. Um, Also, Cal upgraded to tier 4 this month, so I was like, that works out perfectly. So, thanks for upgrading, Cal. Always appreciate your support, man. He's a longtime supporter. And then the Discord giveaway this month is a copy of The Bad Guys, which is a really solid animated film, like one of DreamWorks' better films in a while. Like The Wild Robot and this are like their best animated films since like Shrek, in my opinion.
Wow.
And so this goes to Piece of Scrap, who said his kids love this movie. So just, there you go, Piece of Scrap. Next month we got some holiday giveaways. So I'm giving away for people who are like, oh, should I join? Because I want to win some stuff next month. I'm giving away a copy of Violent Night for Christmas.
Oh,
So
that reminds
great
me.
movie.
What's that movie that came out with J.K. Simmons where he's like Santa or whatever?
Red One. Yeah, I heard
I heard,
it's pretty
yeah,
awful.
that's that's a shame.
They're like, you could make 2.5 Oppenheimers for this. um, and then the G Fuel Tub giveaways next month. I believe the national giveaway is gonna be the white elephant, which I cannot remember what it tastes like. It's really good. It's like a citrus flavor. And then Phase Freeze, which is it's a reskin of Phase X. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh shit. Maybe I shouldn't give this one away. It says it expired. I don't know. I've opened tubs that say they're expired and I don't notice a difference. I think it's just like if you open the tub, they can't guarantee that it's good after that date. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's fine.
Well, I bet you part of the reason why it expires is because the desiccant in it. Like it probably goes bad, and then it doesn't like get rid of the moisture anymore. Because
Yeah,
the
it
moisture
should
is
be
the
fine.
really
I
bad part. Yeah.
half of these tubs are expired and I still drink them and I notice zero difference. I will say like if I open a brand new tub, it's like, oh, this smells and like I guess the taste is maybe a little stronger, but I mean, you wouldn't know unless you drank them side by side.
Oh, is it more
And
of like a Best Buy date as opposed to
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like but anyways, those are the giveaways for next month. Join the Patreon if you want to win some giveaways. On to our patron questions. Another one of the benefits of being in the Patreon is you get to ask a question every week if you would like to. Some people ask multiple questions. Pabu says, what was your thoughts on the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, and did it go the way you expected? So we obviously already talked about the fight. Did it go the way I expected? Pretty much.
Yeah.
I figured Jake Paul was gonna win. It's just the age difference, like a 30-year age
Well,
difference, just doesn't make any sense.
I thought it was gonna be rigged because that's what Jake Paul always does. He rigs it. So like, has he lost this? Has he? Well, yeah. Has he lost a single fight? I think he's only ever had draws. That's like the worst he's done.
I don't even know. I don't keep up with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it pretty much went the way I expected. I wanted Mike Tyson to win, but I was like, there's no way. Unless he gets like a really lucky punch or something, and he barely punched at all. Super Dude 01 says, what's your favorite boxing movie? Mine is Cinderella Man.
That's the one that I was thinking of. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because I think that's like the only boxing movie I've seen.
It's very realistic,
Yeah.
very
That's
well
the
filmed.
is that
Ron Howard.
that's the Great Depression one, right?
Yeah, yeah. That was like I want to say it was before or after A Beautiful Mind. I think it was after A Beautiful Mind. It's Russell Crowe, and he's playing this famous boxer who, um, he was like a big fighter, and then the Great Depression hit, and like not fighting so well anymore, and times are tough, and so he's like, you know what? I'm going for it. I'm gonna try and get like win the title, and like it's just a really good movie, really well made. It's just a beautiful film, and it's Ron Howard, who is one of my favorite directors. He's made so many good films, man. It's crazy. Um, yeah, Cinderella Man is my favorite. There's a lot of good boxing movies, though. I mean, an easy one that everybody goes to is Rocky, but I think Rocky is so low budget that it doesn't necessarily hold up super well, but it's a really good story.
I've never
And the ending of
seen
that is really good.
I've never seen the entirety of Rocky. I've only ever seen clips.
Well, the crazy thing is Sylvester Stallone was like, he wrote that and starred in it, and they were like, "We'll give you all this money for this movie, but you're not playing the lead. Like, if we're gonna give you, I can't remember what the budget was, but it was a lot for the time. They're like, if we give this to you, we don't feel comfortable giving you the lead." And he fought for it, and he got the lead, and then it like became like he was like an overnight success. I think he freaking won an Oscar for that shit. I think for if not, I can't remember what he won an Oscar for. Probably best screenplay. But yeah, no, that's crazy. What's another guy? Southpaw, I think is a little overhyped. It's a solid movie, but it just didn't wow me. The third Creed movie was really solid though. I didn't care too much for the first two Creed movies, but the third one was really well made, really well directed, and that's cool because it's, I mean, um, what's his face? What's his name? Why is it escaping my mind?
Is it Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan directed that one, and so like the fights really feel like you're in the ring. It's really cool. He definitely has an eye for directing. Tommy Slays, the last question here, asks, "What's the first thing you did when you got your driver's license?" Apparently, Tommy just got his driver's license. Yeah, and either he got it renewed or just got it because I saw he posted like his I think it was on Instagram, like his photo looked like a straight up mugshot.
Uh,
Funny. Dude,
well,
my driver's license photo is awful. I have eczema on my eyes, so it looks like I have a black eye.
oh, I still have my original one from when I was like 16. And so like I look like I'm 12 in it. And so
Jeez. Yeah.
yeah. Um
Well, last time I went, they were like, "Don't smile." I'm like,
what?
and they took the picture. Yeah.
Well, I didn't smile because I was nervous. I was like
Oh.
terrified. I didn't think I was gonna actually pass. And so when I did, I was like, um, what's the first thing? First, I want to say that is a phenomenal question. Like that is a great question. So thank you for that. Um, but I think like the first thing I did when I got my license was get a job.
I think I went to the movies.
I'm pretty sure that's like I immediately went to the movie theater and started applying. Like I just that's what I was doing. Uh,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what the first thing I did was. I either went and got fast food, went to the movies, or maybe I was lifeguarding at the time already. Um, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
cause we used to have to drop you off for that, right? Dang. Yeah.
So I
So
probably drove to work.
for me, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, what I did was I would drive over to the mall, and I would go apply at the movie theater.
Do you remember what you spent your first paycheck on? I bought a pair of Ray-Bans. 'Cause I was a lifeguard. I needed some shades.
Dude, I think I was just like saving up, and then one day, so when I was 16, I was taking my computer maintenance class in high school, um, and I was like, I bet you I could build one of these. So I think like the first time I actually spent my money was when I was building a computer. And I remember I was like, I want to stream, and I got like the crappiest components, and I was
Just give
like,
me my money.
I was like, Deej, look, I can stream Fallout 4, and it was like complete garbage. It was like 20 FPS.
Well, I remember seeing you stream for the first time using like the Connect, and I was like, "Yo, that's crazy!" But it was also like, "Why are
you
you so far away
you
from it?"
you, you, you were
Like,
you were like, is that a girl? It's like, are you... I was like, dude, I was like, I can't help it. Like, I couldn't see what it looked like. So,
dude, it was like a little webcam, and you're like this big in it, like in the background. You're like on the bed, way in the back of the
no,
room.
no, I had the butterfly chair.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because so for context, our sister had this pink butterfly chair.
like a fold out chair. Yeah,
Yeah, and she was like, "Ah, I don't really want this. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
sure,
And
free chair.
it was the most comfortable way to sit while you're playing stuff on the Xbox, because you don't have to be like leaned forward while you're on like keyboard and mouse. It's like you literally just lean back, you have your controller, and just playing. And so what I would do to mask the fact that it was pink is I would get a blanket and I would put it over that. And so I'm sitting in this butterfly chair with a blanket under me, and it's just like the most horrendous sodium orange lighting, and just yeah, and it's a Connect, so it doesn't look great either. Like just, but I was probably playing like Black Ops 3 or something.
Yeah, dude, I gotta say that the neon light looks really good.
Yeah, I just don't like that it's flickering so much, but that's because of the camera. That's not because of the
Yeah,
light.
it's just the camera frame rate.
But yeah, it looks sick.
Yeah. Um. Anyways, thank you for those questions. Next topic: Black Ops 6 got updated. Season 1 is here, and it's been some hiccups, but other than that, dude, it's just a great game, man.
I'm gonna hit
Good
Prestige
maps got
4.
added.
I'm gonna hit Prestige 4 this
Damn.
weekend, man.
I'm almost Prestige 2,
Dude, so
but I've been busy with the film stuff, so
so the iDead bundle came out, right? And it's right up my alley. So the reason why I didn't want to miss out on it, Cold War had a bundle for it was a shotgun and I think an assault rifle, and they were like ray gun themed, right? And the coolest bundle they had in that game, right? This is the same style, but it's more like gobblegums and perks and stuff. And so I was like, yeah, I have to do it. I have to do it. And I got a free perkaholic from it. Shouldn't say free. I paid for it actually. I got a perkaholic with it. So that's really cool. And then the battle pass itself is not too exciting. I won't lie. I wish there was more zombie stuff in it. There's like one
yeah.
gobblegum. Um,
I have Black Cell from the Vault Edition, and so like there's extra stuff with that. Each like operator skin you unlock, there's a Black Cell version of it, so that's pretty dope.
yeah, yeah, but I don't. That's the thing. Operator skins they're cool, but they're not really what brings me to the game. If anything, it's the gun skins. That's what I care
What
about.
RoboCop shirt is that?
This
Is
one?
it like the old RoboCop or the new one?
Oh, it's the old one.
Okay, good. I was gonna say like
Because this is
that's
from
pretty dope though.
it's because this is from when I used to do the loot crates. I bought a loot crate and it had like it had RoboCop, it had Terminator. Um,
Was it like a movie loot crate?
well, loot crate was just like pop culture in general.
They don't. It's not around anymore.
I think it's still around, but it's not to me. It's not really like that worth it.
Oh look.
Because they have themes. I think they tell you the theme and you can buy it. They had a Fallout one once and I didn't get it and I really regretted that. But what was I saying? Oh,
Because they
but
have a Fallout one right now.
no shot.
Yeah, Fallout crate.
Is it from Loot Crate specific? Yeah, no, it's a Fallout subscription box.
Yeah, they have different ones. Loot Fright, which is like scary stuff. Pop culture mystery subscription. Wizarding World Loot Tea. Get an
Yeah,
exclusive pop culture T-shirt inspired
the
by your favorite movie.
the shirts are cool. That's probably like my favorite part about it. But like when they add like the little figurines and stuff like that, I'm like, I don't really need that. I would just want shirts. I want a sign. I want to.
$14 a year and you get a shirt.
So the
Or for $14 a month. Sorry, a year.
the uh
It's free.
the Fallout TV show had a sign that it had the vault boy and said like, "Don't lose your head," right? Because the whole thing is like they cut some dude's head off, right? I want that
Yeah.
sign. That's like of all the posters or anything that I would want, that's the one because that is such a funny sign to have just chilling around. It's like hang in there, baby. It's like that.
Yeah.
So I want something like that, but they don't really do stuff like that. I think it's just like little accessories and stuff. Like there's like beer cozies and stuff or koozies, whatever you
Yeah.
call them.
I definitely don't need more shit. I have so much stuff, and we get so much stuff from these like movie boxes.
Yeah, if there's one thing
Um,
I hate more, yeah, if there's one thing I hate more than just um, like just stuff that I don't want, it's when people are like, oh, here's stuff that you don't want, but in order to get the stuff that you do want, you have to get the stuff that you don't want. And it's like, okay, so you're making me get junk. Like it's not an optional
yeah,
thing.
the t-shirt one seems cool though.
Yeah.
I would do the t-shirt one if I had space for more
Well, also
shirts.
as long as they're like good quality, because
I mean,
uh,
that one you're wearing seems like it's good quality, right?
yeah, I've had this thing since I was like 15.
Doesn't
This
look super faded or anything.
it,
So
it was a little big when I first got it, but I've grown into it. I wanted to work, and people were like, they'll give me like compliments on the shirt and stuff like that. So it's a good shirt.
yeah, dude, RoboCop is such a badass movie.
Yeah,
Like, I need a poster of RoboCop, man.
yeah. We got way off topic, but
That's fine.
bottom line, I need more shirts, man. I had a bunch of So for context, I was born on Monkey Day. If you look up Monkey Day, it's December 14th. So I have a lot of monkey shirts, right? And
Yeah.
I get them for Christmas like every year now. But the thing I've noticed is like you buy them and usually the print comes off very easily, right? So I have like a handful of shirts that just look like garbage now. There's some that still look pretty good, but there's some that just look like I mean they
Just
look super
donate them.
faded and just what?
Donate them.
No, those are the kind of shirts that I wear if it's like, oh, well, you know what? Like I'm at home, I'm not going outside.
Oh yeah.
So, um, but yeah, so some good high quality shirts I really do appreciate. So that's why like I haven't gotten rid of this one. This one's it's a little faded, but it still looks really good. So
Yeah. But Black Ops 6 is it's great. There was the whole debacle with the double XP tokens that apparently they acknowledged that they're
yeah,
gonna fix that.
yeah,
So that's good to hear
yeah,
because a lot of people were upset, myself included. I was like, come on, man. But you can still activate them through Warzone right now,
yeah.
so at
And
least you can still do it.
Treyarch has said like they've actually encouraged people to do that. Which I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's cool. They're not going to ban people for that, and they're also
Being
not going to patch
transparent.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have patched a lot of stuff that was fun in zombies while avoiding patches to like game breaking bugs. Like now, apparently, if you go to the crafting bench in zombies and and you have like a ton of salvage and you try and buy equipment, it will just only give you one, and then it'll eat all of your salvage.
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
frustrating.
so
Dude.
that's they were like, stay away from the crafting bench. I was like, you
Do they
got it.
do they do they have an any update on the next zombie map? Like when are we expecting that?
I believe it's December, like maybe mid-December,
Oh, a
because
month before another zombie map.
gonna be season one reloaded. I think. The thing
Those
is though,
maps are great though, man.
I
The
don't
ones that
know,
we have.
I don't know how many maps they're gonna release.
Yeah, I know people are like, "Oh, I would love to see one a season." I'm like, it's probably gonna be like one every other season.
I think that's what they're shooting for, unfortunately. Which, man, unless they do like Zombies Chronicles 2, I would freaking love
Yeah,
that.
that if dude, that would be a game
Dude, could
changer.
you imagine Omni movement in like Doris? Like that, dude. That'd be really cool. Like having these really old maps, and
Bring
you could
back
just
transit.
truth be told, I would not be opposed to that. They've
Yeah,
been talking about doing that for so long, man. They're also
I
talking about.
love transit.
Did you hear about classic mode? So you know how you have to buy like armor and the perks look different and all that. So they're saying there's stuff in the game that points to there being a classic mode where it's like the regular like original two hit down, um, and then like the perk limit. You have a starting pistol like it's like the way that zombies used to be,
Huh.
and it's a separate mode that you can do. And of course, it's going to be more difficult.
Yeah,
But
but that's cool that they would even offer that, like, as
yeah,
an option for people who really love
well,
zombies.
even like the Wonder Fizz, you know how like you can go to the Wonder Fizz and buy any perk you want. Now, like I think that that's like the standard, but it used to be it was a random perk. So they're saying that might be in the classic mode as well. There's stuff in
Oh.
the game that's pointing to that.
But what's this directed mode that they just came out with?
Oh, it's just it like walks you through the Easter egg.
Oh, okay. Does it do it for both maps?
Yep.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the Easter egg was not that difficult for the first one. Like, I almost completed it myself.
So I did
Uh,
Terminus by myself, and that was an experience for sure. So I found out this is the first time that I've actually been like, oh, okay, I'll use these. Rocket launchers are pretty good in zombies.
okay.
So like I got a free fire, which is like it gives you infinite ammo for like a certain amount of time, and I just spammed rockets at this boss, and I did
That's
it
pretty
solo.
smart.
So um yeah, and unfortunately you can't get the early calling cards anymore, but you can still get the regular one. So
Hmm. Um, well, I'm good to move on if you are.
yeah,
Yeah. Black Ops 6 is great. If there's anybody who's been on the fence about buying it, I recommend it. I think it's worth the money. It's like the most complete Call of Duty we've gotten in a long time.
yeah.
Uh, so next topic, uh, Sprite Cranberry's back. And for context, last year I got like one 12 pack of it, and I loved it so much because I had gotten it like way back, and like I was like, yeah, it's good, but like so much other stuff was going on that I just didn't pay much attention to it. But last year I was like, oh yeah, that stuff's good. Let me get a 12 pack, and I was like, dude, the new zero sugar formula is so good, right? Because before it was just like a diet version.
Hmm.
Um, dude. So I made a video, and you can see some of the 2 liters. I just
Yeah.
realized I got I got like 4 2 liters because it was buy two get two free. And then this is a video I made, by the way. You can go see me searching for this. I went to like 4 stores. And then I found at Albertsons they were doing 3 for 15, so I got 9 cases. I am set for winter, baby. Sprite
Well,
Cranberry for winter.
I go to Walmart, right? And I'm thinking like, well, of course they're gonna have it here, right? They didn't even have like the regular. Like there was just like and by regular,
Walmart's been dropping the ball a lot lately, man.
yeah. Meanwhile, they have like four different flavors of Funyuns, and I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? Well, like
We
bring
got
back
ramen flavored Funyuns, but we don't have Sprite Cranberry.
they haven't brought back the flavor of Funyuns that Mom and I liked, which was
What's
like
that?
God, I don't remember what it was called, but it was like it had a little bit of a kick to it. I don't remember.
Mom talked about it last time she was here, but I don't.
They don't have it anymore. That's the thing that sucks. I don't remember what it was called, and I'm sure we could find it. But anyways, I'm not gonna get into it.
Something good though, yeah.
My point is they don't bring back the flavor that we want. They bring back like these new flavors from like I think a year ago. That
Queso Funyuns are
it
ass.
was like yeah, spicy queso or something, right?
Ass.
I go
So
look around.
disappointing.
There's no freaking Sprite cranberry. No, not, and when I say regular, I mean like there's not like the regular sugar Sprite cranberry. Like there's nothing. It's just regular Sprite and Sprite Zero. That's it. And so I'm like, why did I come here? And then of course like you go into Walmart in the middle of the day and it's just like crowded. So I was like, I shouldn't have come here. And that's when I was like, I'm just going home. I was like, I'm not gonna look around for this. So Walmart, get your act together, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like, come on.
But I'm for more context too, when I'm dieting super hard, I drink a ton of diet soda. I got into an argument with some guy on TikTok because he was saying that diet soda is like terrible for you, and I'm like, bro, this is literally carbonated water and aspartame. That's it. It's clear. There's no dyes in it. There's
Yeah.
nothing. It's basically like drinking carbonated water with a little artificial sweetener. And he's like, "Nah, you're the one who needs to do more research." I'm like, "I literally just talked to a healthcare professional about it." I was like, "I drink a lot of diet soda. There's nothing to worry about there. A lot of that stuff is myths. Like a lot of the studies that have come out where they were like, oh, aspartame might be bad for this, bro. One, it's a study where they gave like a rat like so much aspartame that like it would be equivalent to like having a 5 gallon barrel of aspartame for a human. Like it does not, it makes no sense. Of course, you give a 5 gallon barrel of any chemical to a human, they're gonna have issues. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. But the other studies that have like pointed fingers like, oh, this might be bad, they haven't been able to replicate.
Hmm.
A lot of it seems like it was funded by the sugar industry because of course they want you to buy sugar. So I don't believe in any of that bullshit. I've been drinking diet and zero sugar soda for like, I don't know what, 15 years now or something. Like
Diet and zero sugar sodas. I
I
think
I
15.
started drinking diet soda when I was in like when I was like a freshman in high school, man.
Ah,
Or I think when I was a
uh,
freshman in high school, I completely switched to diet soda. I stopped drinking
I don't.
regular
I
soda.
feel like you did it when you joined the Coast Guard,
No, I
or
definitely
or
remember
whenever you started going to the
I
gym. That's
when I
probably when
got
it
health
was.
conscious, when I got health conscious and started working out a lot, when I joined the track team, when I was on the track team, they were like no drinking soda at all. And I was like, "What?" And then I switched to diet soda and yeah, no issues. The issue I do have is if I drink a regular soda now, I feel terrible.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So the story I'm going to tell from now on is if I go or I went and got a regular Baja Blast, right? Like from one of the buildings on at work where they have this little shop in there. So I go and get regular Baja Blast, and I kid you not, it tasted like the that candy where it's like you pull out the stick and it's like the hard candy and you put juice on it. It tasted like someone just gave you the juice, and I was like,
It's
"This
just
is
too much.
disgusting, dude."
Yeah,
So, and meanwhile, like the zero sugar Baja Blast is
super
great.
mellow.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
now you might notice. So I'm drinking Dr. Pepper zero sugar. That is my current thing. Dr. Pepper's so good, and now that I can drink it without being like, oh man, I'm drinking a bunch of sugar. It's like, yeah, okay, like I'm gonna have this more often. So, um, shout out to Dr. Pepper. I love you.
I love you.
Welcome to Costco. I love
I
you.
love. Yeah, no, I am straight up addicted to Sprite Cranberry. I also love that it's just like festive, you know? It's really into the holidays.
Dude, they're really
Um,
pushing the festivity this year. I'm for it, bro.
yeah. What was the other? Oh, I did get a case of Starry Cranberry Zero Sugar, which is only available in Zero Sugar because I'm gonna do a comparison video. I could not find it in a 2 liter, else I would have just gotten that because I don't know if I'm gonna even finish those if it's bad because regular Starry I was not a fan of. So we'll see how it compares.
Starry
Um,
used to be Sierra Mist, right?
yeah, I will also, but it tastes different though. It doesn't taste like Sierra Mist anymore. Like they completely changed it. Um, Either that or it's like a new name is like messing with my brain. I am gonna try mixing Sprite Cranberry with like only crayons and probably like crayon raspberry or something too. You
Jeez,
know, so
cranberry
gonna
overload.
be doing a lot of stuff. Oh, and I found out you take a serving, so 12 ounces of this and a serving of red wine, and it makes this really nice cranberry like lemon lime spritzer. It's really good.
Have you heard of Gator wine?
No, is it like Gatorade and wine?
Yeah, so
Gator wine?
binging with Babish did a video where he was trying like the 25 strangest recipes from viewers, and someone was like, "Yeah, so you take blue Gatorade and the cheapest wine you could possibly find, and
The
you mix it."
cheapest.
And the thing is, at first it's like, "Oh, this is not that great." He's like, "It's not bad, but it's just like, why would you do this?" And he's like, you know what? I'll keep it as like a way to like, cleanse my palate throughout the episode. And as he drinks it more and more, he's like, oh, I get it. He's like, hold on, I gotta bump this up to a 6. It was,
Like as you get hammered, like it
yeah,
gets better.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it
I
makes
mean, I mean,
sense.
it makes like well, I'm just like okay, like at least while I'm drinking a glass of wine, then like I'm getting
Electrolytes, yeah.
well, I mean with the Sprite, like I said, it's basically carbonated water, so it's like you're kind of
uh,
hydrating at the same time. So
dude,
I don't know, it's a nice refreshing drink.
I've always liked the sparkling apple cider, bro. That stuff's so
Yeah.
good, man. Oh,
Yeah. And it also is it feels like I'm having a festive drink. So anyways, last big topic. But let us know. Are you a fan of Sprite Cranberry in the comments? But our last big topic is Thanksgiving overrated?
No,
I think it's the most overrated holiday, man. Okay,
no.
I take that back. Easter's pretty overrated.
Okay, I was gonna say
Like
Easter. Yeah.
as far as like the like
That
it just feels like
well,
candy and the Easter bunny, you know. But
uh, worse than Easter is St. Patrick's Day.
oh no, St. Patrick's Day is dope.
What are you talking about, dude?
Dude, people get I mean people it's like an excuse for people to just get shit faced, but like I
That's
like
why it's
the
overrated, man.
I no, I like that it's like, oh, you got to wear green that day and like I don't know. I mean, I
Well,
love gold.
there was a South Park episode where like one of the was it Butters? He like goes and like pinches someone for not wearing green, and they are like, "You sexually harassed that girl."
Jesus.
um,
No, I didn't. I
yeah.
just pitched her because she wasn't wearing green.
But yeah. So I don't know. I think St. Patrick's Day is dumb. I think Easter is probably better. Especially as a kid, it was great.
I
Although
like St. Patty more
my
than
my my only real memory from Easter, aside from like going to church and grabbing Easter eggs, was when we had the earthquake.
dude. Well, the thing about St. Patrick's Day is I remember in like kindergarten, they like for some reason this is like a thing for like I want to say like I don't know up to like second grade maybe third. Like they like pretend like oh while we were at recess, the leprechauns came and they left candy and stuff. But we were like looking around and stuff. And when I was in kindergarten, we had our like own the classroom had its own bathroom, and the toilet somebody had taken a dump and not flushed, and it was green. And we're like, the leprechaun pooped, and the teacher's like, that definitely was like that's not a part of this. Like that's disgusting. Flush that. But like everybody was convinced the leprechaun took a shit
No, no.
and left the
Okay.
floater.
Random thing. So that reminds me. Have you ever told the story about the turd that was like giant and wouldn't flush?
Oh god, it's gonna make me throw up just thinking about it. So Chris and I, our mom is also a teacher, and so growing up, we were always at the school like after hours, and we were at this new school that like we were temporarily at while they built a new one, and we're like goofing around, and what, were you there?
No,
No, it was
you and
just
our
me and my.
sister.
So I went into the bathroom and I was like, Jesus Christ. I can't remember if was it the girls' bathroom or the boys'
I think it
bathroom.
was
I
it
don't
was your
remember.
bathroom. It was your.
I think it was the boys' bathroom, but I opened a stall and this log was so big that when I flushed it, it would not. It wouldn't even break, man. Somebody like I don't know what their diet was, but that thing was
Just
solid.
all
And
fiber.
so I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I told my sister, I'm like, you got to see this shit. This is ridiculous. This is like a world record turd here. And so we go in there and we've tried flushing it. It's not going away. And like we come out of the bathroom just laughing. And then there's this teacher and she's just like, because my sister's in the boys' bathroom. She's like, come here. What are you guys doing? And so like we explained to my mom and she's like, you guys shouldn't be doing that, but that's ridiculous. What the hell? Like so yeah, that is like good God, man. Whatever kid like I hope I don't know if that kid is okay, man.
Well,
That sounds
I think I've told this story before, but like so the elementary school that I went to when it first got built, well they rebuilt it. They rebuilt it. I remember that. So when they rebuilt it, I had never used a urinal before. And so I go into the boys' bathroom when we were like first getting mom's room set up, right? And I see this weird looking toilet and I go, oh, whatever, I'm gonna just use that. Well, I took a dump in a urinal because of that. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Like it was very, kind of uncomfortable. And but the thing is it flushed. It worked. Like it was fine.
Jesus Christ, dude.
There was no urinal cake, so it was fine.
You shit in the urinal.
It was brand new. It was fine. Nothing happened.
I mean, I'll chalk that up to you didn't know any better, but
I
Jesus,
was like
man.
5, I think. I hadn't used a urinal
I remember
before.
I was at a concert one time, and this guy's like, "My fucking bladder's gonna explode!" Like, and some guy's like, "Yeah, us too, man. Why do you think we're here?" You know? And so the guy's like, "Fuck it, man. I'm gonna piss my pants." He starts peeing in the sink.
What is it? It's better to piss in the sink than to sink in the piss or something like that.
No. Anyways, let us know in the comments what's the most overrated holiday. I guess Thanksgiving is not. I'll say
Well,
it's
because
Easter, but I think Thanksgiving on its own is just like it's just an excuse to eat a bunch of food. And I don't like Thanksgiving leftovers. Like I get
so
tired of Thanksgiving leftovers after like 3 days. I'm over it.
I'm personally very excited for this Thanksgiving because I didn't get to see mom and dad last year. Um, so I get to go home. I get to see the dogs as well. I'm gonna go see my best friend, and so I am thankful for Thanksgiving. Um, Now I will say last Thanksgiving was booty cheeks because, like I said, I was by myself. It was like when I first started my job, and so I'm like, just there's just so much going on, right? And I was like, well, I'm gonna at least try and do something for myself. So I got a rotisserie chicken that had like some seasoning on it that kind of reminded me of how Dad would do the turkey. And then I got like a pie, like a frozen pie, right? And the chicken was fine, right? And I got some rolls too, I think. And
Gotta have rolls.
I put this pie in the oven, but like I when I was reading the instructions, I was like, oh, it says here to take the pie out of the container, and I go, okay, what do they mean by container? And there's like this like aluminum, I guess like bottom piece to the pie, right? Like it's like a little pan. Um,
Okay.
and I'm like, oh, like that seems kind of weird to get rid of that, but it says to remove it from the container. That might be what they mean. And so I put it on a baking sheet, put the pie in the oven, and then I come back like 10 minutes later, and it's just like, like it just like fell apart. And I was like, oh my God, by container, they meant the box that it came in. Yeah, no duh, you take it out of the box. Are you kidding me, dude?
I
So
hate that.
I was like, who was that dumb to take it out of, or to not take it out of the box and then put it in the oven? Like, are you serious? So my pie was ruined, okay? So I'm ready to go home and have some real pie that isn't mush and get some Cool Whip and just throw it on that. And I'm ready for Thanksgiving. I'm very excited for it. So
I'm ready for Christmas, man.
well, I mean
Christmas
that's
Nuketown.
yes. I think they're doing a Christmas zombies mode as well.
I always like the Christmas like emblems and calling cards and stuff too. Those are cool. Like I remember I had one in maybe it was Modern Warfare 3 where it's like an elf with two machine guns and he's just like
That's the thing when they do good calling cards, it's like yeah, okay, I'm gonna use that one. But the thing is, like, I don't know which ones are like worth unlocking right now.
dude, well, the thing was, it's like I went back into Modern Warfare 3 before Black Ops because I'm like, well, I want to play Black Ops 6 so bad. Maybe Call of Duty, maybe Modern Warfare 3 will scratch that itch.
Nope.
I still had my elf calling card, which means I stopped after the holidays and never went back.
Well, because I remember Modern Warfare 2 came out, and we were playing Shipment, and the riot shields were like rampant at the time.
It was so bad. Thank God there's no riot shields in this one. Were
There's
there
no
riot shields in Cold War?
no.
See, Treyarch is the best now. I think they're my favorite Call
That's
of
my
Duty
favorite.
developer.
Have you played Warzone yet?
No, but I saw people playing it and I'm just like, yeah, it's just more of the same.
I hopped into it just to enable my XP tokens, right? And it threw me into like a boot camp thing, right?
I saw
But
that, yeah.
I guess people are getting the ray gun in Warzone. I was like, I don't know how
Well,
that works.
the new map, the Area 99 is only Resurgence, right? And so I'm like, I don't like Resurgence. I mean, I'm glad people found a mode that they like, but Resurgence is not Battle Royale. Like, if you ask me, Battle Royale means that when you die, there is no respawning.
Well, there is one
And so,
respawn, but yeah, because of
well,
Gulag.
you can buy, yeah, you get the gulag. That's cool.
How
But
does
the
Bobby
gulag
say it?
closes.
But Gulag, isn't that
Gulag?
yeah.
Yeah, the gulag. I got the gulag. But yeah, no, I don't like that resurgence. You just keep spawning over and over. It's just
Yeah.
multiplayer with more steps. So I'm like, yeah, I don't really feel like jumping into a resurgence map. I don't think I'll have fun with that. It's still
I
the
think
same
it's
sweaty gameplay.
part of it is camos because you have to do those in
I could care
Warzone.
less.
So,
I could care less about Warzone
um,
camos, but I know that some people are trying to complete everything.
yeah. Well,
So
I'm gonna try, dude. Like even if it takes me the whole year, I'm gonna do it.
Warzone?
I'm gonna try and get every camo that I can.
I definitely like. I'm making a movie this year. I definitely don't have time for that. But that's the thing. Is like I'm definitely not gonna play Call of Duty as much as everybody else because yeah. I mean, you got to think like I'm. I wrote. I'm still kind of polishing the script because I added those scenes and I want to make sure that it's like cohesive. And like when I added those scenes, it was like 88 pages and like one line. And I'm like, well, shit. I'm not gonna have one line on a page. Like it literally is just like the end. You know, I'm like, I gotta fix this. And that is like so much harder than you would think, because like the way that script formatting works is like just because you remove a line from one thing doesn't mean that like it moves anything, because it depends on how everything else is formatted and
Yeah.
how much there's like different spaces between different kinds of things, you know, like a dialogue block or an action line or an insert or a scene heading, all that nerdy nonsense. But so I'm still gonna go back through, and I gotta go through all 87 pages. I'm gonna try and go through like, I don't know, 25 of them today, just to make sure that there's nothing that I can like make shorter. And I think I also will probably do another dialogue pass, because I saw a video and it was like it kind of clicked. I was like, okay, that's an easy way for me to check my dialogue and be like, okay, does it do this or not? This guy was saying that bad dialogue is when it sounds like the characters know what they want to say already.
Ah.
And I was like, I've never heard it put that way. And he was like, so if some character's like, I want a divorce, nobody says that. People go, this marriage isn't working out. I think, you know, this, and that. And it's like, oh, they want a divorce. You know what I mean? Like they make the audience think what they want, not,
Yeah.
I want a divorce. So that's a good way for me to go check my
Yeah.
dialogue again. So I'll probably do that. I mean, literally all I can do in the time being right now is work on the shot list, which is very time consuming either way, and polish that script, you know? And I mean, I would like to polish the script a little bit more before I start sending it to these big cast members. I can't say who I'm sending stuff out to yet, but there's some well-known people that we're going to be approaching here. So it's like to the point where I have to have like a producer reach out for me, because that's like the professional way to do it. So yeah, it's that's a whole endeavor. And so it's like it's hard for me to sit down and play video games and justify like throwing hours away when I know I could be doing that and have that script to a more polished state, you know?
Yeah.
So that's it's hard for me. Like gaming is one of those things that I don't know. I think when this sounds, I don't want it to sound pretentious, but I think one of the downfalls of being an artist, because that's what you are as a filmmaker, is that like you can always do more. There's always more that you can do. You could say the same thing about content creation, you know? And so it's like it's like the it's like a double-edged sword, you know? Like you get to express yourself, and like it feels great to be considered somewhat successful as an artist, but at the same time it feels like you can always do more, and you'll never like that's why you hear people say like, oh, like it's like Tarantino talking about how he only wants to do 10 movies because he wants to stop before he loses his touch, you know? Because I mean, no offense, but I think Martin Scorsese has kind of lost his touch. Like I did not care for The Irishman too much, and Killers of the Flower Moon just felt super slow and drawn out, and there was nobody likable in it, and like there was just, you know, it was just like, I don't know, you get what I mean. Like I definitely think that some people, as they age, they lose their ability to tap into that creativity the way they used to. Maybe it doesn't come out as clear, you know? And so it's like I want to get as much of that clear art out as I can, because who knows? Maybe I am part of the population that's going to get Alzheimer's when I turn 70, and then it's just like I don't even remember that I made movies. And so it's like It's sad and depressing to think about, but it's like, do I like? Is anybody gonna remember that I was 10th prestige in Call of Duty? No.
Well, on the bright side, if you do get Alzheimer's, right, you can rewatch your favorite movies for the first time again.
I do. I mean that's a funny joke and everything like that, but it's so sad to me to think that you could be watching a movie and be confused the whole time because you don't remember what the last scene was.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's so sad.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, like, um, what was there was something that you heard about where like they found a potential like cause for Alzheimer's and they did all this
Oh,
research and then ended up being like the guy lied, right?
um, no, that was I believe that was Parkinson's.
Was it? I don't think it
Yeah,
was, or was it
I believe it was.
Alzheimer's or
It was Alzheimer's or Parkinson's,
it
but
was
yeah,
something
like
about the it was like
some guy who was like head of like this huge research foundation and all this money was getting put into it was like falsifying his research and just taking the money.
it wasn't like the length of telomeres, was it?
I don't know, but it might have been, but it no, it was it had something to do with like the wrinkles on your brain or some shit or the plaque on your brain. It was
Ah,
yeah, that's what it was.
yeah.
No, I think it was Alzheimer's and the link between plaque on your brain and like they were like, yeah, no, this other scientist basically proved that this guy's lying. And so then they investigated and they're like, this motherfucker has been falsifying his research and
Yeah.
taking the money. Yeah. And it was like this whole time they've been trying to develop stuff that reverses plaque on your brain, thinking it's going to reverse Alzheimer's. And it was not linked at all. There was no correlation.
That's
Like you just get plaque on your brain. That's just what happens. It's like getting plaque on your teeth. You know, if you don't take care of it, like the plaque on your teeth will keep building up. Well, there's nothing to clean your brain, so it's just going to keep building up.
your
You know?
toothbrush. You just go
Yeah,
right on your brain.
like that episode of SpongeBob where it's like Halloween and his brain's just exposed.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, that is definitely something I struggle with. I mean, it's that, Chris. It's like I could be working on a movie, or it's I could be spending time with the baby who's not going to be a baby for much longer, you know? So it's like I would say the most I play Call of Duty is when we do our gaming sessions now. I mean, if it's super late at night and I want to burn off some stress, I've been playing like a campaign mission here and there. I
Have
think
you
I'm like
finished
three
it yet?
quarters. I'm three
Oh,
quarters of the way done, but I already saw the ending because I saw the Angry Joe Show review. So like I kind of already know what happens, and it's like kind of weird.
You got mad at me about the freaking spoiler that I.
I was on the treadmill, so I was like, I didn't feel
Uh,
like scrolling or changing the video. They were talking about the campaign and then multiplayer and zombies, and so it's just like whatever.
yeah.
But I think it's a really good campaign. Maybe story wise, it doesn't have the best last
So
part of it, but I don't know.
there's a channel that I watch a lot. His name is Bricky, and he did a video about Black Ops 6's campaign. He kind of explained like, yeah, this campaign had a lot of promise because the characters had a lot of development and stuff like that. But he's like, where was the Black Ops part of it? Like it was usually with Black Ops, like they try and do something that's really creative, where they'll be like, oh man, we're gonna just like completely turn things around. Like even Cold War had oh, you're actually like a dude that got shot in the first mission and you've been
Yeah,
brainwashed, right? Like that was the twist, and it's like, oh, like that's actually a good twist. In this, what was the twist? Oh, this person is actually a bad guy. Okay, that's it. That was the twist, and I was like, yeah, I agree, but also like I had fun playing it. So what's more important, the twist or the actual gameplay?
yeah. I mean, this one felt like you know how Cold War had like the spy mission that everybody talked about. It felt like they doubled down on that. Like that's
Yeah.
what it felt like to me so far. So yeah, it doesn't. It almost feels like covert ops, not necessarily black ops. Like where there's like, I mean, I guess there is like a. I mean, I liked the level design for a lot of it. Like each mission felt unique and different so far. The one where there's like zombies and stuff was pretty crazy.
Yeah, so that one,
Um,
as far as gameplay goes, like that was probably the best one because you can like grapple and stuff, and then like you do.
on veteran, it was like legitimately challenging at
Oh
times.
yeah, dude, I that mission took me a while. It was hard, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, it was fun. I
and the
liked the one
music
where
was
there was the
sick.
open map. I 100% of that open map one where you're driving around.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That same review that I was talking about, the guy was like, "Yeah, like I got bored," and I'm like, I could see why, but I finished the whole thing, and when I did do that, when I did 100% it, then I got extra like rewards for the next mission. So like it was worth it. Like I got to use like a stealth bomber and a chopper gunner
Yeah.
in that mission because I took the time to go and explore everything. So I don't know. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction, and I think they should continue down that path. Uh, but I could see like the narrative complaints. Like I do get it, but
I
I don't
genuinely
care.
think there was like some like Resident Evil inspiration there or something with like some of the little puzzle stuff that you had to do. The lock picking is so stupid and pointless.
Well, I
Um,
don't I don't know, man. Because lockpicking, I get it because as someone who's played a lot of Skyrim and Fallout, right? It's in there all the time.
yeah,
Um,
but in this, it's just like, oh, you just find where it starts to jiggle and hold it, and then it unlocks. Like,
yeah, but
there's no difficulty to it.
it's another thing to like do, I guess. Like it breaks up the
Well,
the
the
flow a
first
little
thing I
bit,
did when I got into the safe house is I did the whole puzzle where you had to get the safe open.
right?
That was the first thing I did, and so I was like, oh wow, like if I didn't have like a guide to look up, I would genuinely be like lost. So I thought that
Yeah.
was impressive, and that felt like Resident Evil.
Well, and there's more like radios, right? Like throughout the campaign. Yeah, and so
Yeah.
that's a really cool puzzle.
Oh
I
yeah, it's
like
just a cool one.
the hacking one where it'll be like, oh hey, here's some numbers
It gives you a
and
key.
here's the
Yeah.
key, and it's like for you have to like copy a key card, and so the two words are like card copy, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, but like if you don't know what it's trying to say, you're just like following the letters. And so, like I don't know, it was just kind of a cool little way of doing that, as opposed to how
Yeah.
Fallout does it, where it's like you're basically playing Hangman. Um, so I like the puzzles. I also like the when you're doing the
The
keypad.
the door keypad,
Yeah,
that's actually tricky.
yeah. Well, because it's basically like a Wordle. It's Wordle.
Yeah, but the fact that you only have five chances, it's like, damn, I'm one number off, and I kept fucking it up or
Yeah.
something, and then I finally get it. Um, yeah, no, that's cool. I definitely liked I liked this campaign more than others so far. I'll probably finish it here by the end of the month, doing a mission here and there. I think I have like 4 missions left or something.
Yeah, I
So,
think it's definitely replayable, and that's more that I can say about Modern Warfare 3's campaign. So.
oh god, yeah, that was bad. I mean, like the story was there a little bit, but the
Did you
missions themselves were
did,
ass.
did you see that you can? So you know that mission in Black Ops 6 where you can like you have to assassinate some dude on a boat.
Yeah,
Like yeah, so apparently you can actually trick shot, and Sev will say something about it. Like she'll acknowledge it. It's
like
I
oh
was
wow, that was a great shot.
yeah, like man, I think that's exactly what
Um,
she says.
what's your recommendation for the week?
So there's a channel that I found recently called the Paint Explainer, and so basically it's one of those like it's not really I wouldn't call it like PNG tuber as much as I would call it just like if you've ever watched Salmonella Academy, you probably haven't, but um
These
basically
names.
they're great names. Basically it's like he'll explain a topic, and he makes all the images in Paint, right? And so there's like every war tactic explained in 8 minutes, every interrogation technique explained in 8 minutes, every major cult explained in 12 minutes, right? Like those are the kinds of videos he has. There's even one where it's like every U.S. presidential assassination attempt explained. Like it's just like very niche things that he's talking about, but it's like I like the style of it. Like it's
Yeah.
cool. So that's the channel I'm gonna recommend on YouTube. Uh, definitely, like, if you've heard of Salmonella Academy, it's like kind of that style, but it's a lot less like comedy and more about like they're teaching something. So, but I can actually pay attention to it. So that's is a lot. So go check the Paint Explainer out on YouTube.
Nice. I might actually look into that. Uh, so I got two recommendations, a movie and a show. I finally got to watch Saturday Night, which we wanted to go see in theaters, and it was just gone all of a sudden. Like it had a really shitty run, and so they took it out before we had a chance to see it, like within 2 weeks of it coming out. And it's about the first night doing a Saturday Night Live and how like it was a complete shit show and almost didn't happen. And so there's all these like actors that we know that are like huge today who are playing like John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase, and there's really good performances in it. I will say, obviously, we all know Saturday Night Live is a thing, so it worked out. So there's not really any like stakes to it, but it's really well paced. It has this sense of urgency the whole time, even when it takes like moments to breathe. But the performances were really set it apart from other movies. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, which to me, anything like a 3-star movie is like, if you got like nothing else to watch, like it's a fine movie to watch. You know, like it's not you're not gonna miss out on anything if you like miss a moment or something. 3.5 is like, okay, I might have liked that, even though some people might not. Like Trap.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody likes that, but I had a really fun time with that one. I watched it twice in theaters. 3.5 stars. This is 4, which means it's definitely worth watching. I would even say it might be worth renting. But I'm sure it's going to be on Peacock soon. And for the performances alone, it's very well directed. I believe they shot it on 16 millimeter, so it like really adds to the aesthetic of it, makes it feel like the 70s. Um, the um, the movie itself is just really well rounded. I just wish the story had more to it, you know, because at the end of the day, there's just not a whole lot to do with it. But yeah, solid 4-star movie, well rounded, worth a watch. The Penguin ended, and that is 100% worth a watch. I gave that 4.5 out of 5 stars because I thought the pacing was a little uneven. There was like 1 or 2 episodes where I was like, okay, this is slowing down a little. But overall, they gave Oz the Penguin a really good arc. There's some really good characters in it. It is like Breaking Bad, Sopranos level good.
Ooh.
So, I believe the finale is like one of the highest rated episodes of TV ever on IMDb with like a
Yeah.
9.7. It had a really good finale. Um, it's great, 100% worth a watch. It's almost a masterpiece of a miniseries. I think it's gonna do crazy well at the Emmys. I think it's the two leads are there. There's a miniseries category, so I'm like, it's gonna fuck everybody up when it comes to the miniseries categories. Because everything's on point. The atmosphere. If you like the Batman and the atmosphere of the Batman, they did a good job at like replicating that. I think. A lot of it takes place during the daytime, which I think is on purpose. Because you know, the Caped Crusader isn't running around during the daytime. So, yeah, watch the Penguin Saturday night and go watch Pollo Loco again if you haven't seen it. We are once we get to 100K, I'm gonna change the goals to every 25K we do something. And I think when we hit 200K, I'll do something at 250, and then it's gonna be every like 250K after that we do something special. Just because there's only so much I could do. Plus, I don't know if I really talked about it a lot earlier, but I'm not gonna be doing a lot of crazy food stuff for like the next 6 months because I explained it on TikTok. The film that I'm making is about a group of people who are training to qualify for boot camp. So like they have to when you join the Coast Guard, they make you pass the push-ups and sit-ups before you can go to boot camp. They want to make sure you can at least do that because if you can't do that, you sure as hell aren't going to pass the run. You're not going to pass the swim test, all that. And so this program is designed to get them ready for boot camp. And if you pass the run, then you graduate boot camp as an E3 instead of an E2. So there's like an incentive to it, which is a real thing. Um, but I'm playing the character who's running that training group. And so I am going to be yelling at people, and I have to be able to write, or I have to be able to act and direct at the same time, which means I'm not going to get much of a break between takes. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be like, all right, we're running, and then like, all right, cut. Now I'm going to go watch the playback. Now I'm going to go talk to my actors, and we're going to go for another take. So I am going to be running around like crazy. I need to be in like the best running condition I can get to, which, like I said, we could start in March, could not start till May. Who knows? But all I know is I need to get prepared as soon as I can because a lot of it's following on me how this film turns out. So unfortunately, but also like I think it'll be a nice change to not be so focused on food for a while, content wise. Like I get to try different things, different styles of content. But that's why I got all my Sprite Cranberry, to tide me over because basically what I'm doing is I'm eating at a crazy deficit for as long as I can stick to, and then I'll take like a maintenance break for like 3 or 4 days, and then I'll do it again. So I'm like slowly starving myself, but while being monitored by a healthcare professional. So yeah, content's gonna be a little different, but I'm really excited to make this movie, man. I have no idea what to expect. I don't know if it's gonna get to go to theaters. I know it'll end up on digital eventually. So we'll see. It's gonna be a crazy ride, but go watch Pollo Loco in the meantime, because I mean I'm talking to these filmmakers and they're already impressed with the number and impressed with the fact that it keeps going up. Like we have a fire lit, So keep that fire going, and maybe with this film we'll be able to light the whole forest. I don't know. That's kind of messed up.
What? Yeah, dude. Think about people in California, bro.
Oh man. Anyways, guys, buy some G Fuel, get some Fit Butters, and join the Patreon. We'd love to have you.
I'm
See you
gonna
next week.
I'm gonna eat some Little Caesars Crazy Puffs and trying to think about Mustang taillights.